Hi guys, hope you're doing well. In this video we're going to be answering the question, or at least trying to answer the question, is this the Porsche Taycan the best daily ever made? It just might be, but we've got to be frank, everybody's daily is very different. But let's set some context here. Back in 2002 I had a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 6, which I absolutely loved, but I was doing 20,000 miles a year in that thing, and it needed serviced every 4,500 miles. So it was, 4 services a year pretty much, which is bonkers. It was also £2,200 a year to insure, which in today's money is probably about 4.5 grand. It drank a lot of fuel. It wasn't very practical. The ride was really firm. It wasn't super comfortable, but I absolutely loved that car so much. It was a car from heaven for me. It was so much fun in Icel blue, and I still hanker after those cars today. Who knows, one day I might get back in one. I still really do miss that car. It was so much fun. So you could argue it wasn't practical, but for me it was the perfect daily, because every time I got into that car I was buzzing with excitement. I just loved it. So it ticked a box. It was a perfect daily for me. Is your daily very different from mine? Quite possibly, and we've got to look at the Taycan in detail to be able to answer the question, is it the best daily ever made? Now I think it just might be, because of all of the things this car can do. But we've got to get one thing very clear. If your daily is a 200-mile round trip, this is not the car for you. In fact, probably most EVs aren't really the car for you. Yes, you can make a 200-mile round trip work. This car will probably just about do that on a good day. But should you need to go anywhere else at the end of the day or whatever, nice Rover SD1 there, beautiful. Should you have to go anywhere else at the end of the day in this car, you'd need to top it up. And also 200-mile trip, if you are using more power than you think, you're probably going to want to be doing a charge stop then as well, right? And that all adds time to your journey. Are you going to get a space at a charger? Can you get access to a fast charger? All of these things start to interfere with that 200-mile round trip and kind of make it less than convenient in my eyes, right? So you've got to look at your specific use case. Now, if this car is going to work for you, let's say your daily commute is, or a daily trip is 50 mile an hour, sorry, a 50-mile round trip or a 100-mile round trip. Yeah, absolutely, this car is going to work for you. You can stick it on charge overnight. It's going to be full. You're going to have plenty of miles for your commute, your round trip, whatever it may be, and also some money left in the bank in terms of electrons in the tank should you need to go anywhere else, right? So you've got plenty of mileage that's going to work for you. So if this car is going to work for you, do consider the miles that you're going to do for a round trip. Now I'm fortunate, I have access to other cars as well, but for me, for my use case, this car is by far the most perfect daily. Why else is it good? Well, the comfort levels of this car are absolutely astounding. It's hugely practical. It's got 4 doors, it's got a big boot as well, and it's got all of the mod cons. So it's incredibly comfortable and practical, and just a really, really nice place to be. There are some, of course, mild frustrations with it. I think that the PCM at times can be a little bit frustrating. Another great thing, of course, about an EV is the running costs. The running costs of this car are practically non-existent, especially if you can charge at home. And do make sure you can charge at home if you're getting an EV. Otherwise, you're at the mercy of public charging, and otherwise you're at the mercy of losing probably a lot of hair. In terms of running costs, yeah, this car is dirt cheap. Charging at home is cheap. If you charge at public chargers and you're not on the Porsche charging plan, the cost can be quite high. Otherwise, you're looking, if you get an Ionity, at 30p a kilowatt. Don't worry about the miles. Don't worry about putting lots of miles on this car. You're covered by warranty. And also, miles or no miles, this car is going to depreciate like a lead balloon. So just don't worry about it. Drive it and enjoy it. Whether it's got lots of miles, whether it's got minimal miles, you'll be looking at significant depreciation. So if you are looking at getting one of these cars and you're a private buyer, as I said before, have I said this before? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've said this before. Buy used, because then of course somebody else is going to take that big depreciation hit, and there's a lot of used cars out there. Don't forget, I always say it, because of the flood of cars coming from lease back to market, back to used, and you've got a great choice out there if you're willing to be a little bit flexible on spec. But other things as well where you're going to get extreme benefit from this car being a daily is, of course, driving in at about London. You don't have to worry about congestion, you don't have to worry about ULEZ. You'll quite often get a very good squeeze on parking. You know, space is reserved for EV, so you can plug in and top it up. It's quiet, doesn't make a lot of noise, although it is nice sometimes to have a car that does make a lot of noise, but it's really very comfortable in that respect. And the more I drive it around town and out and about, and the more places I go to in this car, the more relaxed I am as a person. It is such a calm, relaxing place to be. Other great things it's got going for it as well. I think the looks, I think it is a great looking car, incredibly graceful on the road, incredibly smooth, just floats about effortlessly. That air suspension soaking up all those bumps, providing comfort and serenity into the journey, which is rather nice. Also, the interior as well, the build quality of this car is very good indeed. I've had absolutely no qualms, no faults with it whatsoever. So well done Porsche for a great job there. So a nice quick video of this one. Is this the best daily car ever? I would be considering it if I was you, and of course those mile requirements aren't too high. It really could work for you. That's it for this one. Do stay safe, stay well, see you on the next one. Bye for now.